Okay, in this clip, we're going to demonstrate our mount game. So when you get mount, a realistic thing to look at is when someone gets mount on top of you, they're never going to get mount and be like this. This never really should happen. They should always have had a hand on the ground, or you were grappling. Maybe you had they had an underhood or something like this. You put knee right in and you got on top. This person should be able to hug your arm. Your hand was on the ground. So starting from here is not realistic to say, this is where I am in the game, okay, when you're getting out. So when we practice, we always start on their hips and our hands are on the floor. So however it happened, maybe he had my arm hugged, I don't know, but the first thing we look for is our hooks. We get the hooks and we drive our hips in so that we don't need our hands on the ground. So when he's moving me, brings me somewhere, I'm like this. Okay? So that's our very first game. As soon as we get him out, we look for the hooks. While we have the hooks, and our hands are up, while we're fighting, we're grabbing his head, we're doing stuff till we find a way to get his hands, and then we'll give up the hooks. If we have your hands, then we give up the hooks. And when we come up, we are pushing. I am driving your fists on one side or the other side of your body. Can you push it to their face? Yes, you can. But when you get bridged, their hands won't be in the position that you can control them. So I can pick this way that I'm pushing or this way. And when I say I'm pushing, my butt is driving back into him while my hands are going forward. So I'm like this. So when he bridges, this is what, oh no, do a quick bridge or bump if you want. That's what's happening. All right, see if you can not move your hands. That's what's happening. I'm not getting thrown where I have to put my hands on the ground. It doesn't matter how they're bridging and turning, you're not being thrown. If they were to bridge and turn a lot like a sweep, then their hands will slide off of them. So what I'm looking for is to go from here, whether they bump or bridge or not, I am slowly driving it till his hands get pushed. Better way to put it, until his hand crosses his center. So I'm pushing like this till I can see his elbow get to here. Then I'm not worried about pushing as much. I want to lay down on that arm, and now I've got a good control position. So again, I'm here, I'm pushing back with my butt, driving till his elbow gets past his center. And then I'm putting my body down. Now, I'm not putting a lot of weight because this actually does hurt when it's being pushed into your chest. So you've got this control. We have submissions and all sorts of attacks from here. But once we get to here, the best place I can end up after that is to bring my knees up now. So I have an armbar that he has to defend. And while he's protecting himself, I come all the way up here. And what we want, I'm just gonna go flat here for a minute. Actually, turn to the camera. And what we want is to have something that looks like this. But they're crossed up like that, and you're like this. From here, he can bring your legs up to hook under my arms. This should not happen. That means your hands are out too much. You should have been like this, so if he comes up, and if you have to, put your arms down. Walk up more. From here, our attacks are basic. You grab a hand. If I can grab the bottom one, grab the bottom one, because this becomes an easier submission. But if I grab the top one, comes up, maybe I can get him to tap, maybe not. But as I'm pushing, I have to put my hand out again, bad knees. You wouldn't put your hands out when you're doing this, but as you're pushing, you would stand up and use this leg to squeeze. If it doesn't hurt, you're not doing it right. And as I'm squeezing, he will keep adjusting till he gets here, and now you have these kind of positions where you can attack the arm. If he gets lucky and somehow this goes down here and it comes in, it doesn't matter. It looks like he could just duck out, but he can't. He goes under, you put your hands back down, pinch his body. Turn this way. When you go down, you actually have his arm every single time. So you'll come down and you'll pinch. And with this arm, you would get off this way. Your knee comes up, this arm keeps his arm connected, and you can take the back or just move into positions like these where you have that crucifix type of control, but his arm is now caught inside here. So one more time. Our 3 positions when we get mounted. We don't attack till we have one of them, unless they just give you a submission. We're here, the first thing we look for is we're getting down low and getting the hooks so that we can hold them and take our bodies off the ground. So that when he's bridging, go side to side. I'm just doing this. And my feet, by the way, are counter hooking when he's moving me. But because I'm holding really tight, I don't need to put my knee out on the ground. So I'm here, my hands are up, I'm attacking. Squeezing, strikes are allowed, elbows, until I can get his hands. He's got to defend his face, so defend yourself. He's got to do something like this sometime. And then I'm grabbing them. And then, even if they're this high, pick a side, push. There, it's on the side. Okay, and then once this crosses the center, chest. Once I put my chest, this arm is getting that arm with the armbar control. So if he got pushed over this way, when I come down, this arm is looking for this. Do I have to? No, I don't, which is a very good idea. I can be here and still do this. And then start my attacks. Those are our 3 positions for mount. Give it a try.